Today we are going to be talking about 5 different types of text structures: cause and effect, compare and contrast, sequence, problem solution, and description. The first type of text structure we're going to review is cause and effect. When we're reading a story and we can ask the questions, what happened and why, we can figure out that this is a cause and effect structured text. Here's an example. In recent decades, cities have grown so large that now 50% of the Earth's population lives in urban areas. There are several reasons for this occurrence, one being the increasing in factories, which tended to be located in cities, creating more jobs. If I'm reading this and can stop and think, what happened and why does this happen? What's the cause and what's the effect? I can look back and see what's happening. More and more people are moving to places where there are jobs, and those jobs are being created in cities. That tells me what happened and why. Compare and contrast is a type of text structure that allows us to see what is similar and different between two or more things. Here's an example. Bananas and pineapples are similar and different. One way they are the same is they both grow in hot climates. However, they are different because bananas grow on trees and pineapples grow on a bush. If I look at the picture of these fruit and think about the text that I just read, I can see that they are the same because they both grow, using that keyword both, in tropical or hot climates. They are different because one grows on a tree and the other grows on a bush. Sequential order is another type of text structure. This text structure allows us to describe things in chronological order, like a timeline, or steps, meaning something that happens in the beginning, middle, or end. We might use those keywords first, second, third, before, next, and finally. Here's an example. Bill explains what he does before going to school. First, he gets out of bed. Next, he gets dressed. Then, he eats breakfast. After breakfast, he brushes his teeth and makes his lunch. Finally, he gets on the bus and goes to school. If I look at the pictures that connect to this text, I can see what Bill does first, next, then, after, and then finally in the morning to get ready for school. Problem and solution is another type of text structure that presents an issue and a way to solve or make that issue better. Here's an example. Obesity is a major problem in the United States, made worse by most Americans' lack of physical activity. One solution would be to start workplace programs to make it easier for people to exercise on a daily basis. If I stop and think about what the text says, I can analyze that the problem is obesity, or people being overweight, is a growing problem in the United States. And what's the solution? A solution that's suggested in this passage is that maybe workplaces could have programs for people to exercise. Description or descriptive text is our 5th type of text structure. This uses adjectives to describe a setting, typically in nature. Here's an example. The eye is made up of many parts. The white part of the eye is called the sclera, and the colored part is called the iris. The iris comes in many colors, including brown, blue, green, and hazel. The iris is covered by the cornea, which is clear and round. If I think about this passage and what's being described, I know the eye is being described, and I'm given many details about it, including the different parts of the eye and the different colors that the eye can be.